And of course, they hang on to their lead in the AFC South. Of course, the Colts won, which plenty of Titans fans were hoping they didn't. But hey, it is what it is, and they won, and that's what it is. As far as the game, first when it started off, it seemed like it might be a battle of who can score most because the Titans had 14 in the first half, and now, of course, 14 in the first quarter. Detroit had 7. Of course, Titans defense made a few stops, which is good for them. It looked like it was going to be a runaway at one point. It's 21-7. Titans got the ball back, then a safety and a score made the score a little closer. After half, though, it was pretty much all Titans. They pretty much they scored 22 points. Detroit had 10. They were already behind in the game, and it was all she wrote. As far as performances today, looking at it, the Tennessee Titans got a great performance from, goodness gracious, now my screen wants to mess up. How about that when that happens, right? You gotta love computer electronics when that happens. But they got a great performance from Ryan Tannehill, 21 to 27. And he had 3 touchdown passes, no interceptions today. Hello, is it Tamara? Tamara from Nashville. Hey, I'm Nashville too. Nice to meet you. All right. And you know, Tannehill had 3 touchdown passes, and he also had uh, two touchdown runs, and of course a finger roll to go on top of that. Yeah, for those who don't know, when Ryan Tannehill gets in the end zone, he jumps in there and does a finger roll like he's playing basketball. But yeah, as far as everything today, he definitely played great. Great to meet you too, Tamara. He played great today. He played off of the run game well. I mean, of course, the 75-yard bomb he threw in the first half to Corey Davis was magical. Then you had a few other different plays as well. I mean, they were just getting chunk plays all of the time, and it was great to watch happen, and great to see that offense be explosive. They always are explosive. It's just a lot of times people get caught up in watching Derrick Henry and forget that this is an explosive offense that can make some things happen. And for the numbers and the official numbers for Ryan Tannehill, 21-27, 273 yards, 3 touchdowns, no interceptions. Also, 3 carries, 21 yards, and a touch and 2 touchdowns. One of those was a 19-yard run on a little scramble that basically everybody was playing man to man. It was play action pass, and the left side of the field was wide open. And Ryan Tannehill is a former college wide receiver, so yeah, he's got speed, he can run, and he did, and he scored a touchdown. As far as receiving today, well, we didn't see a ton of Corey Davis last week. We sure saw a ton of him today. 4 receptions, 110 yards, 1 touchdown. He had 6 targets today, which is a little better than last week. Last week, it was the AJ Brown show. This week, Corey Davis show. Jonnu Smith, it's a 70-pound pass, or 75-yard pass. Yeah, the 75-yard pass was pretty awesome. I definitely agree there. As far as Jonnu Smith, he got more involved today. I was very happy to see that because, I mean, honestly, the more weapons you can get involved, the better the offense will be. 5 receptions, 52 yards. He definitely was moving around a lot, which is very good for that offense. And as a result, the offense put up 46 points. There you go. It's not a coincidence when Johnny Smith's involved, the offense really gets cooking. Not a coincidence. AJ Brown, 5 receptions, 44 yards. You had Darrington Evans, 2 receptions, 27 yards, and a touchdown as well. So, you know, a lot of people involved today, a lot of the offense not centered around Derrick Henry, although he is the main attraction. Other people performed as well. And just to give you Derrick Henry's numbers, I know people are going to want those numbers. 24 carries, 147 yards, and a touchdown, and the stiff arm out this world for Mr. Myers for the Detroit Lions. I wonder if what everyone thinks, which one was worse, the Josh Norman one where it looked like he was flying in the air, or this one where he just pushed the guy down. The guy just looked like he folded like a cheap chair. But yeah, as far as the offense, the Titans ran the ball well. They threw the ball well. The play action pass. is key for them. Not just lining up and trying to pass, but the play action pass, that is the key thing for the Titans and why their offense performed so well today. Defensively, well, we saw a guy we have not seen all season today. His name, Adoree Jackson. For those who don't know, he's been dealing with a little bit of I think a knee injury, I believe. We well, he was a full participant in practices, and you saw him pop up on the field today. He made a key third down stop in the second half. He made a couple tackles, a couple other tackles too, but he was there and he was present, and the Titans need him. Outside of Malcolm Butler, who's been pretty consistent all year, you can't name another corner on the team that has been consistent the entire season. Breon Borders, he's had his moments. Ty Smith, he's had his moments, and he's got toasted too. They need him. And then plus you can throw Derrick King and Derrick King, but Desmond King, I'm sorry, in the slot, and that gives you three solid corners right there. So I can definitely love the way he got back in there and he played. They're probably gonna ease him back in, and as the weeks go on, you may end up seeing him start again. You may not, but he'll be in there a lot and involved in the action. Okay, said I agree. One man can't win on his own. It takes a team to get that win. That's definitely for sure. It takes a team defensively too, Tamara. And defensively, the Titans got a little better today. Couple pretty good performances. I will say that they still they still can get better defensively as far as providing pressure. They provided some pressure. Jeffrey Simmons was very active up front, getting into Matthew Stafford, and he's pretty active. But you need Harold Landry to show up. He's the only guy that can really provide pressure that's up front consistently outside of Jeffrey Simmons. And he's the only edge pass rusher that people are really concerned with for the Titans, to be honest. And they need him to show up and to be better. If he can show up, be better, do some things, draw some attention, something, then it will open up things for Jeffrey Simmons too. And you'll see him be his true self. He's been pretty good, but he can be even better too, of course, provided that other people are getting the attention. Oh, let's see. Said, oh, I got a question. I got somebody ask me, bro, how nasty is AJ Brown? Hey, he's a bad boy. I mean, the thing is, he's built like he's a running back, but he plays wide receiver. And the thing that's crazy is a lot of people talk about DK Metcalf, who was his former Ole Miss Rebel teammate, but you forget AJ Brown is doing all this that he's doing, and he's in a run first offense. Yes, he's in a run first offense, and he's only played 12 games this year, and he's got 10 touchdown catches. And a lot of people want to say DK Metcalf is just a better all around wide receiver, but he has an advantage because he plays in a passing offense. And I mean, he has another weapon to take attention away from him. I like Corey Davis, and I think Corey Davis is good, but I don't know if he's doing, taking away as much attention as Lockett is in Seattle. So, definitely got two good wide receivers. Not saying they're not two good wide receivers, but yeah, definitely AJ was better at Ole Miss. Yeah, DK was just a freakish athlete. So, but he still make plays, but he's just a freak. He was just a freakish athlete at that point. Patrick Voss, what's going on? Hello from Chicago. Yes, home of one of my favorite teams. No, I'm not talking about football, the Bears, but well, a couple of my favorite teams, if you want to be matter of fact. So, yeah. But as far as the Titans, I'll say this: the best thing that came out today for them is the win total. They will not be 9-7 this year. For all Titans fans, that number 9 and that number 8 and that number 7 is that's bad. That's bad for the Titans. Because the Titans, those numbers 9, 8, and 7 are familiar with a certain coach that used to be here. His name's Jeff Fisher. And a lot of Titans fans, even though he made them, they were solid up under him. They couldn't escape the 9-7 and 8-8s and the 7-9s. But yeah, they are 10-4. They will have a double digit win total this year, which is huge for the Titans, huge for Mike Vrabel as the head coach. That he will not be 9-7 this year. Of course, they cannot stop winning. They still have Green Bay on the schedule, folks. Yes, that Green Bay that beat up on the Panthers the other night. However, I will say one good thing when they're playing against the Panthers, excuse me, not the Panthers, the Packers. The one good thing playing against the Packers have issues stopping the run. Guess who runs the football a lot? That'd be the Tennessee Titans. All right. So, again, 46-25, Tennessee Titans defeat Detroit Lions. Uh, Ryan Tannehill has a career day with 5 total touchdowns, 3 passing, 2 rushing. Derrick Henry, 24 carries, 147 yards. Corey Davis, 4 receptions, 110 yards. And hey, one thing I want to say, you've got to actually give credit and talk about this wide receiver crew, especially Corey Davis and AJ Brown. Both of them are explosive. Both of them are making plays. Both of them are doing their thing. It'd be crazy if both of them ended up with 1,000 yards and then you have a 1,500-yard rusher. Let's see where Corey Davis is right now. I'm going to check and see where he is on receptions and things right now. Let's see. Right now, hmm, let me go check and see his stats real quick if you don't mind. I'm going to take a look at those real quick. All right. As far as his stats right now, he's at 835 yards. That's not bad. He's got let's see, 11 games played. So they're 10-4 right now. They've got 2 more games. He needs 165 yards to get to that number of 1,000 yards. Let's see about AJ Brown. Let's see where he is. Let's take a look. Let's see. Looking up AJ Brown's stats just to see where he is as well, because we could potentially could have 2,000 yard receivers and a 1,500 yard running back with the Titans this year. If that hadn't been done, I don't remember the last time that's been done with the Titans. I don't. That tells you a lot about this offense. I said, how clutch is it that Brady is going to the NFC? Well, I don't know how clutch it is, but they're still that team, the Kansas City Chiefs. You have to worry about Shock C. They're still that team, the Kansas City Chiefs. And taking a look at it. Yeah. Let's see. AJ Brown's not far from 1,000 yards either. So both of them actually need to get. I would say both of them need to get roughly about 100 or so, 100 and they're both about 140 yards, 160 yards away from getting 1,000 yards. That would be something. Get 1,000 yard wide receivers and a 1,500 yard plus running back. That's unheard of offensive numbers when it comes to the Titans. Yeah, you don't see them doing that. You see them more with a running back having a ton of yards and one wide receiver with 1,000 yards, not two. That tells you a lot. Titans also this month, I don't know if anyone noticed, but they put over 30 plus points every game this month. Another thing to pay attention to. The biggest thing is going to come down to is their defense. If their defense can continue to get better and make improvements, they can find some way to generate some pressure, there's no telling how far this Titans team can go. Yes, I know the Kansas City Chiefs are out there. Yes, I know they lost to the Cleveland Browns. Yes, I know everything that happened. They lost to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I know that too. But it doesn't mean that they don't have the weapons to win. And it doesn't mean that any given Sunday can't be their lucky day either. We'll see what happens. You've been checking out this live video on the Haps app. For those that aren't familiar with the Haps app, basically what I do is I go on here and I record on here, and it goes out to Facebook, goes out to Twitter, let's see, YouTube, anywhere I'd like for it to go that's within the grasp of the Haps app, and basically just records all at one time in one place in all those places. great thing to have, great tool to have. And also, if you're just a fan of journalism when it comes to sports, when it comes to politics, when it comes to all those different things, music, you can come here and check it out. Trust me, you'll love it. You'll love it. You'll love it. And it's definitely a great app to have and very, very informative app as well. And as far as if you want to find me and my work at Titans, you can catch me on the 3 Point Conversion. That's the number 3 Point Conversion.com. Titans article there every week. Also, you can catch me here, of course, every Sunday or every day the Titans play. If it's on a Saturday, I'll be there too. And then also, as far as on Twitter, on social media. You can catch me on Twitter at Mike Patton 82. That's Mike Patton 82. I thank you all for tuning in today. Thank you all for commenting and asking questions and those type of things. I look forward to coming back and maybe talking a little wide receiver competition during the week potentially. But I'm always going to be back on the weekends for the Titans. It's Mike Patton. I'm out. Y'all have a good weekend. Rest of your weekend.